You are watching Limited Resources Draft Series on MTGO Academy featuring Marshall Sutcliffe.
Hey guys, Marshall here from Limited Resources, and we're doing a little Born of the Gods draft. It has arrived. Let's see what we're looking at here. We got some good stuff. There's a Spirit of the Labyrinth down here, which in Limited, I don't know that it's really an amazing card, but it's a pretty good one, and it can pull its weight for sure. As a 3/1 for 2 mana that occasionally hits a little bit of extra upside. There's also Fanatic of Xenagos, which is sweet. Looking around the rest of the pack here, Divination's fine, Chorus of the Tides is pretty good, but really I think we want to kind of focus down on this end of the spectrum, and I think I'm actually just going to take this Spirit. Fanatic's a better card for sure, but committing to 2 colors this early in the pack, or at least taking a pick that could be 2 colors, is not really what I want to be doing. So I'm going to just take the rare here and see where we go. Okay, some really nice options here, actually. Godfavor General is not one of them, at least not currently for me. Not a huge fan of the card. Think it's okay, has some upside potential, but is really hard to make it work. Fall of the Hammer is really good. Nyxborn Wolf has been quite good. Nyxborn Triton also good. Oracle's Insight is very interesting. I mean, this card is incredibly powerful. If you look at it, it's just very risky as well. I mean, you're going to pay 4 mana. If your creature gets killed, you're super unhappy. But if it doesn't, you can really grind them down pretty well. I think I'm just going to take Fall of the Hammer here. I'm just going to take the removal spell. Let's see what happens next. Wow, a lot of good options here. Red looks pretty open. There's a Bolt of Karanos and an Everflame Eidolon. I like both of these a lot. I'm a huge fan of Everflame Eidolon. But Bolt of Karanos is probably the pick here. So I'm going to go ahead and take it. All right, what do we got? Fearsome Temper, don't love it. Kragma Butcher, I like it. We can make sure to keep our eye out for other colors as well. We don't have to play white for Spirit of the Labyrinth. It's not an amazing card in Limited anyway. Pinnacle of Rage can be a 2-for-1. I don't love the card, but I like it. If there was something stronger, I'd probably go, but I think I'm just going to take this Kragma Butcher here, and wow, okay. Wow, what a weird pack. I was going to take this Bolt of Karanos because it looks awesome, but Eater of Hope is like quite strong. I mean, look, it's not, a grade A bomb, but it's up there and it's really good. Yeah, I'm just going to take it. Heck with it. I mean, if they're going to ship me that good of a rare this late, I'm just going to take it. Again, I'm not, I don't put that card in my upper echelon of awesome stuff for the set, but it's really good. For your 7 mana, you get a pretty nice attacker and something that brings some pretty unique things to the table as far as managing the board. Okay, so more interesting things. We could keep it simple and just take like an Ashiok's Adept or a Nyxborn Eidolon, but Perplexing Chimera is pretty cool, and I think I'm just going to take it here. I want to try it out, mainly. I'll be honest. I'm just curious to see how good it is and what it can do. I think I'll follow that up with a Nullify here. I think Vortex Elemental looks okay, too. But I think Nullify is just good. And I'm going to hide this Spirit for now because we haven't really seen much in the way of white. It looks like white is being cut pretty hard. So we're going to have to just hide that. But I think we could be either color here, but I like these 3 cards in red. So, yeah, well, things usually get kind of shaky on the pre-release drafts, which this one is. People don't really figure out what they want, and they're rare drafting a lot, kind of like we did, and so it gets a little weird at the beginning. All right. Sphinx's Disciple, Weight of the Underworld. Reckless Reveler is just fine. It's kind of boring, but fine. I'm going to still try to stay a little more open than I'm actually going to take this Disciple. I really want to get this thing nailed down quickly to know if it's an early pick or if it's just a horrible card. So far, I still haven't been able to figure it out. It's performed really well for me, but every time I play it, I just get this sinking feeling that it's going to be one of those really sketchy situations, where it's like, oh, is this card really good? I don't know. Farragax Giant or another Kragma Butcher. I'll just take the Butcher here. I think the Giant's mediocre. I think if you're an aggressive deck and you're beating down and you can really hammer on your opponent's life total in an almost reckless way, then it can get there. But if not, then you can't. I'll take a Crypsis. I like it as a combat trick. Holy smokes. Really? Everflame Eidolon's quite strong. It looks like nobody else is in red. So it looks like we can push really hard towards red in the next couple of packs and then figure out what we want to do for our secondary color. Right now it's looking like we're going to be red-blue, but you never know. Yeah, okay. I'll take a Pinnacle of Rage here. Going to get the other one too. Guess not. None of these really do anything. Although Fellhide Brawler is interesting. We could end up being red-black Minotaurs somehow, some way. Does seem unlikely, but got to keep our eye open on things like this just in case. Okay. So red, no. You may... Well, let's find out, actually. Nope, you sure can't. One sec. Okay. So I'm going to take Sea God's Revenge here. I think it's probably the strongest. I think we can expect to wheel this Crackling Triton pretty consistently here. Because I think if somebody else is in blue, they'll probably want Triton Tactics. But I think Sea God's Revenge is just the most rawly powerful, and I like it with 2 Kragma Butchers too. I mean, we start beating down, and we're going to be untapping that thing. Fanatic of Mogus is interesting, though not great in our deck. I think I'd rather just have a Wave Crash Triton, try to pick up some combat tricks, and just get in there with some earlier creatures here. I might be wrong on that, but I feel like we're going to get one of these 3 red cards back anyway, and Wave Crash Triton offers a more unique effect compared to those. Interesting, red is seemingly cut a little bit here, but I think I'm just going to take a Fate Foretold here. I don't hate Dissolve by any stretch, but I kind of want to be able to target my Wave Crash Triton, and I assume we're going to have a few other things that I want to target. Well, here's some good stuff. There's a Horizon Scholar Arena Athlete, but I'm going to take Nimbus Naiad. I think that card's awesome. I think it's the best card here. Death Bellow Raider or cut a random Hopeful Eidolon or Nemesis Immortals. Well, we might play the Death Bellow Raider, so I'm going to take it. Another Hopeful Eidolon, geez. Portent of Betrayal's pretty good. I think I'd rather have either another Fate Foretold or a Traveler's Amulet, though. Yeah, I'm going to take the Amulet here. Okay. That works. Now I wish I had the other Fate Foretold, of course. I'll take a Necroan Horse here, I think. Yeah, I think so. Because we might end up with enough flyers where we can just gum up the ground with the Crowan Horse and then get in there and in the air for the win. I kind of like a Crowan Horse. I think it's okay. All right, there's that Crackling Triton. Just as we hoped. Probably want Guardians of Meletus or a Unicorn here. I guess I'll just take the Unicorn because it's more likely to make the cut. Thassa's Bounty, probably not. All right, yeah, red is definitely open still. There just wasn't that much red floating around in those packs, I suppose. All right. Wouldn't mind a few Voyage's Ends, something along those lines. And a few bigger flyers. Chimeras of some sort would be good. What do we have? Curse of the Swine. That is interesting. I don't think I want to ignore that. Though I don't know that I definitely want to take it either. I think I'm actually just going to take this Nimbus Naiad here. Curse of the Swine's good, but not amazing. And I really think Nimbus Naiad is just fantastic. Oh, baby. Yes. That's all I really want anyway. I mean, sure, Ordeal of Thassa would probably go pretty good in this deck, but this is my favorite card in the set. I'm not passing it. We're in colors. Shelly, get in the deck. And then kind of nothing. I guess I'll take this Perforos's Emissary. It's fine. It's so much worse than Thassa's Emissary. But it's fine. It's a fine 4-drop though. It really is. I can be pretty happy with that. All right, Borderland Minotaur or another arena athlete. Currently we have a reasonable amount of ways to target our guy, but I think I actually just want the beef. I could actually just take a Crackling Triton too, but I think that will probably wheel. 1, 2, 6, 7. Yeah, there'll be 4 cards left. It'll be like Forest, Defend the Hearth, Warden, Sable. So it probably won't come back. I'm still going to take the Minotaur here, though. All right, there's a Shipwreck Singer. A Dragon Mantle's interesting, and Vaporkin's quite good for this deck as well. A lot of good options for us here. This pack's actually pretty stacked. We could even consider splashing the Shipwreck Singer if we really wanted, but I think with a Dragon Mantle and a Vaporkin, we probably don't need to worry about that. I think I need to take Dragon Mantle here. Yeah, I'm going to take Dragon Mantle. I want to be able to target these Wave Crash Tritons pretty consistently here, and right now we're kind of in the middle on that. Take another reasonable 3-drop. These are going to get annoying. Spellheart Chimera goes in our deck, sort of. I mean, it's our colors, but like, let's see. I don't know if we're going to run that Crypsis. It's hard to say. I think it would be reasonable, but I'd rather just have a Fate Foretold, I think. Man, there's so many Leaf Crown Dryads going around this table. It is getting a little scary because we're going to have a tough time punching through those. Yeah, I'll take this Flame Speaker Adept. Well, I think we're in reasonable colors here. We've got tons of stuff. The thing that's worrying me a little bit is our top end. Otherwise, I like our deck quite a bit. I'm just trying to figure out how we punch through for the victory. That's the hard part. Once we start facing down Nessian Asps and the like. All right, there's Crackling Triton. Benthic. A couple of Crackling Triton goes a long way in a deck like this. It really does. We've got tons of cuts to make here. All right, let's build this thing. Got to figure out what we want it to actually do. Dragon Mantle, Eidolon, Athlete seems pretty good. Deathbellow Raider is a maybe. This is definitely in. These guys are in. That's probably going to be in. We'll take a look at the Cerberus in a minute. And we'll take a look at this too. And this. There's a bunch of question marks here. Crypsis is a question mark. I like these Fate Fortolds in the deck. I like Nullify. I like these guys. Definitely like these. Definitely like these. Best card ever. This. I'm definitely going to play this Chimera just because I'm curious. Disciple, Sea God's Revenge. All right, so that's 24 already. A lot of 3-drops there, as you can see. I don't think that our Crow and Horse plan worked out the way we wanted it to. I mean, our deck could be worse for it. I mean, because a lot of our things don't kill it in combat. and we can tap it down with Wavecrash Triton and just sort of amass an army. Maybe it is still worth running it. I was hoping to be able to play a Crone Horse and then just play flyers and just sort of gum up the ground, but I think this might actually work better. Flamespeaker Adept. What does this do again? That has Scry on it. I don't think we have much other Scry than that, though, do we? We have Sea God's Revenge, which is kind of overkill. I think we can kill the Adept here. Need to cut one more card. I like Two-Headed Cerberus with double Nimbus Naiad, but we're not really pumping any other way, I don't think. Maybe I'll just kill a Minotaur Skullcleaver here. Or maybe even Arena Athlete actually does get targeted quite a bit. I think I'm going to try the deck out like this. We have different ways we can go. If we want to get grindy, we can play Mnemonic Wall, even Thassa's Bounty. If we want to get more aggressive, we can just side in these early creatures and side out some of these more dirtily cards. But I think this is going to be sweet. We've got a Traveler's Amulet, but I don't really see any reason to run it here. I do like 9 here. We only need 1 mountain to go in the early stages, but we might want to nullify something on turn 2. So yeah, let's submit this thing and see what it can do.